So guys, Bitcoin has fallen below 64,000. Altcoins are starting to take a hit right now. There's red in the markets and we're on the verge of a crazy bull run. So everyone's wondering what's going on. And honestly, a deviation to the lower point was anticipated by a few people. I even talked about it in my previous video, but I currently want to talk about what's going on with the price action around Bitcoin, what we could be seeing in terms of predictions on price, exactly what's going on with altcoins as well, and a few posts that talk about exactly what's currently going on and what we could be potentially seeing. But if you guys are new to the channel, go to check out the rest of my content. I'm just an intermediate trader showing you guys my wins, my losses, documenting my journey, as well as keeping you guys updated on the market so that you guys can capitalize on these events. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump into it. So guys, as I said, Bitcoin fell below 64,000, which everyone was talking about how Bitcoin needed to stay above the previous resistance level, which was sitting around 64,500, 64,000. And we have deviated below that, as well as if you look at the RSI, the buying momentum and, strength around Bitcoin has fallen really heavily. And honestly, this is quite bullish just because I talked about it in previous cycles. We usually see a slight deviation right before a huge rip. And I want to get into a post that actually talked about it. I actually brought it up yesterday, which is why you need to keep up with these videos. But overall, right now, we're seeing a slight deviation to the lower point. RSI is dropping as well, but this is quite bullish in the long term, guys, based off of what's going on. But in the short term, this is having an effect on altcoins, as well as, just the consistent price action around Bitcoin. If we look at altcoins, we also have a deviation to the lower point. And right now, we're talking about how staying above that previous resistance was going to let us know exactly where we're going to be going. And right now, we're pretty much retesting that zone. If Bitcoin begins to fall below the 63,000 mark, more than likely it's going to be hitting that 60,000 to 57 and 59,000. It just varies. But this price action is really determined whenever resistance is turned into support and vice versa. And right now, we're currently testing in this zone if we're going to be deviating lower. And altcoins as well are going to be anticipated what's going on with Bitcoin. So if we look at what's going on with altcoins, at least the altcoins I'm currently invested in, guys, we do see a little bit green for the hour chart, but on the 7 daily, we have a few coins that are down heavily. If we look at a few of these coins that are up very, very heavily, it's mainly meme coins. Meme coins are popping off really heavily right now in the specific sectors. It's meme and AI that are taking off, but meme coins are kind of getting, the love right now in this rotation, and they're currently being more positive than all the other altcoins. But overall, altcoins are taking a hit right now just because of the price action with Bitcoin. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna keep this real simple, this video real simple and concise, just because what's going on in the markets is very, very simple. It happened in previous cycles, and I kind of just want to give you a post that we went over yesterday, but just so you can have a little bit of understanding of price action around Bitcoin and where we might be going. So Justin Bennett talks about, it's strange how people see this and call him a bear. He couldn't care less what people call him, but this isn't a bearish pattern if it comes to fruition. It's like how I was saying, based off of what we're seeing with the RSI and the slight deviation, it's, anticipated before a huge bull run. All right, so he says Bitcoin swept the highs and is currently failing to hold support as anticipated. So it's failing to hold support at that 64.5 level. It has fell below that, as we have seen now. A sustained break below mid 64s confirms downside targets to like 60K and 57 and 58K. So based off of falling below the 64,000 mark, based off of what he is seeing in the markets, he thinks that we're going to be hitting targets around the 57 to 58K to 60K. It all varies. If nothing else, the amount of hate on my last post should have told you what was coming. And he's just pretty much talking about the price action and why he's currently thinking about why this is happening. And he says, I'm not ruling this out for Bitcoin to close below those 64,700 highs would confirm it. Most people want to see Bitcoin go straight up from here, but that doesn't agree with the price action since March. Plus, there are long liquidations at 60K and 57 and 58K. So based off of the liquidations that are currently set and the price action that we've been seeing since March, it doesn't make sense for Bitcoin to just shoot up. It makes more sense for us to have a retest, a deviation to a lower point, retest that support line, and then from there shoot up and begin the bull run. And everyone's wanting to know, oh, what's gonna cause us to go up, at the end of the day, everything's gonna follow Bitcoin, guys. We have all these crazy catalyst events coming into the markets. October is already beginning tomorrow. We have the FTX distributions as well. We have Fed cuts more than likely going to be coming up. We're less than 35 days away from the US election. So we have all the catalyst events, guys. The price action around Bitcoin just needs to match previous months just to make sure it makes sense on where we're going. We're not just going to rip up to the upside. And tomorrow we could start to have a huge rip, but at the end of the day, based off of the longs, current liquidations, as well as the price action around Bitcoin since March, it makes more sense for us to have this deviation before we rip up. And this shouldn't scare you. I think a lot of people bought over the weekend. I know a few people that bought Monron. I apologize. I wish I would have tell you bought on Monday. But overall, these things happen, guys. Going down 10-20%, it's okay, because more than likely, whenever the bull run is going to rip, as long as you're invested in good projects, you're going to jump up 2x, 5x, 10x. It all varies just depending on the projects that you're invested in. But we need to keep up with Bitcoin. We need to keep up with the price action. Obviously, right now we have fallen below previous support. Based off of what Justin Bennett is saying, more than likely we're going to be hitting around that 57, 58K, around 60,000 as well. More than likely, just based off of the long liquidations that are in the market and how Bitcoin has been trading since March. Total 2 is only going to reflect based off of what's happening with Bitcoin. So once Bitcoin starts to rip up, the dominance starts to drop down, which we went over as well yesterday, which dominance for Bitcoin is starting to break down. Altcoins are going to set up and have the perfect amount of liquidity to start to rip like crazy. But guys, points like this, deviations in the market, are going to happen. We looked at it in multiple charts. I'll go ahead and throw in a few charts right here, just showing you guys previous cycles. And whenever we had these deviations and just sideways consolidation before a huge rip up, these things happen. And if you're not keeping up with previous cycles and specific people that talk about this price action, you're gonna kind of feel like you're in the dark and not really know what's going on. But that's why I drop these videos. I kind of want to keep you guys updated. But right now we're in the point in the market where, guys, we're on the verge of crazy gains. The only thing is, right now, Bitcoin is lagging with the US markets. We already have all the catalyst events going on. Based off of the price action with Bitcoin and how it's been trading, we needed this deviation and retest before we start to shoot up. All coins are going to follow. Right now, they are seeing a little bit of red, but we have seen the crazy gains back in March, and that was just a scrape of the surface, guys. We have not truly seen a rip for altcoins. So overall, guys, I just wanted to keep you guys updated. Really simple right now. Bitcoin has fallen below the current support that we were wanting it to stay above. As a result, more than likely, it might deviate a little lower. Percentages around altcoins are more than likely going to go down, but that should not stress you out. More than likely, we're going to be shooting up for October based off of how we're closing out for September. And based off of previous cycles, October, November, December are all positive months for crypto, unless we have a black swan event, which more than likely, knock on wood, more than likely we're not going to happen. And especially with all these catalyst events being so close to the US election, more Fed cuts coming out, China stimulating their economy, and multiple other different things with like the FTX payouts that are coming out. Guys, we just have the perfect storm, and you need to not worry too much about what is happening with everything. More just get a good grasp of why everything is happening and where we are potentially going. But guys, I'm going to wrap up right there. You shouldn't be stressed out about the markets. We're on the verge of crazy gains, and if you're invested in the right altcoins, more than likely you're going to be looking good in the next few weeks. But that's pretty much what's going on in the crypto markets, guys. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. Like I said, I'm an intermediate trader, keeping you guys updated on the market so you guys can capitalize on events. Also, be a little bit more, secure and confident on what's going on in the markets, and just showing you guys how I've progressed as a intermediate trader, my wins, my losses, my crypto portfolio, and everything else in between. But guys, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the markets. Like how I said, we're in a point where it's just stationary. We're going and trading, and we're about to shoot up. But right now, we're just having some catch-up time with Bitcoin. Altcoins are following, and as a result, we're waiting for all these other catalyst events to have an effect on everything else. But guys, I'm gonna go to wrap up right there. Like how I said, new to channel, not new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about my perspective on the markets, what you guys think is gonna happen in the markets, as well as altcoins and everything else. Overall, I do appreciate all the support you guys show me on this channel. I love each and one of y'all, and hopefully whenever we start to make some crazy gains, we can start to create a beautiful community and also do some giveaways. But overall, guys, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. I drop daily content every day, keep you guys updated, and also giving you guys coins and everything else in between to capitalize on these events. This is not financial advice by any means. I'm just documenting to entertain and show everyone what's possible. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap up right here. I need to go eat. I'm freaking hungry. Stay tuned. overall, the markets are going to get crazy. Altcoins are going to rip. We're just following Bitcoin, guys. Just keep up with the markets and you're going to be good. Other than that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.